Hello, this is Steve Walker and Ron Cole from Collinson Hall. We're here to talk about the St Albans property market. It's thoroughly autumnal outside, and I'm sure you'd be interested to know what's going on with the property market. Ron, how do you read it at the moment?
Well, yep, you're right, Steve. It's autumnal and horrible outside, but inside not so much. How do I read it at the moment? We're busy, Steve. We've had an interesting couple of months. Some weeks busier than others. Some weeks quite quiet. A little bit of speculation and upset in the marketplace. But I can tell you, we've had our busiest last 2 weeks. Have been the busiest last 2 weeks since probably, I'd say June, July, and that's not saying that the interceding months were too quiet, but yeah, been very, very busy. Probably going for very, very reasonable prices and lots of activity.
That's good, because I know we were concerned after comments in the media that it would dampen the market. I think there's been an element of that, but do you feel there is confidence around still?
Yeah, I think there's plenty of confidence around and people are buying. What generally happens is when things slow down a little bit, the great British public, especially the great British public of St Albans, get a bit fed up and then come out and buy some houses. That's what they like to do, and that's what they have been doing.
And are you seeing generally, not just with us, but are you seeing generally a wider choice for people?
Um, I'd like to say yes, but the honest answer is no. So I think that instructions at the moment are down as far as probably that we're seeing coming to market for this expected time of year. It's generally quite a busy autumnal market. I think there's a little bit less choice out there, and people are picking up what is there. So there's some really good quality stock on the market, but there isn't the general oversupply there can be in the autumnal months.
Okay, well, it sort of leads me on to my last question then, really about our property launch. We've had a very successful property launch in the early part of the year for the last few years. How are your plans shaping up for next year?
I think this year we will have the biggest property launch we've had in the last 5 years. We've already been contacted by lots of vendors trying to get themselves ready to get to market for what I think will be a very, very busy start to the new year. So we've already seen a range of different property, a range of different styles that are keen to get involved in the launch. And Steve, I've got to say, and I won't throw any teasers out there, it's going to be exceptional.
Well, that's good to hear. But also, if the supply isn't there at the moment, it sounds like there's a decent market for people who want to get on with it right now as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the property launch isn't just for people to get their properties to market. It's also a great opportunity for you to talk to us, get some details together, get you registered on a mailing list, understand what we might have coming up in the new year, and you'll be some of the first people that we contact. So it's not just a property launch; it's actually also an opportunity for people to get their details registered with us, so we know what they're looking for, and that really is important that we can understand our clients' needs.
And finally, Ron, I was having an interesting conversation yesterday when we were looking at the source of the inquiries coming through to the business and actually the source of the appointments. And there's been a significant shift, I understand, from it being dominated by inquiries from portals to people actually making those inquiries and making those appointments directly with us. Have you noticed this shift?
Steve, absolutely. And this is a really, really fundamental question when we're looking down to the end of the year, into the beginning of next, and on to our property launch. So essentially, estate agents have relied upon the larger portals and themselves to bring in inquiries, Rightmove, and obviously the rest of them that are out there. What we have found is, although we've been here as many years as we have, celebrating double centuries, we're trying to be at the absolute cutting edge of technology when it comes to things like property searches. So what we've found is a lot of our clients are actually trying to get a much more direct search. So, going on to search engines, Google and so on, and actually looking directly for 2-bedroom cottages, 3-bedroom houses, 4-bedroom detached properties. And because of the way we position ourselves and the systems that we use, we're actually in a great overall position to deliver really good property inquiries and property information to people looking for direct searches. And this has had a wonderful impact in the amount of inquiries that we've been dealing with over the last couple of weeks, which has led to us being very, very busy. So, if we're looking at what's coming down the line as far as property launch, talking to buyers, talking to vendors, we're actually wonderfully placed to get the best level of interest for all our vendors coming to market then and now. So what does that mean for our vendors? More inquiries means more viewings, means more offers, means a better sale price for you. And that's the reason that we're investing the way we are and continue to do so, to be at the absolute cutting edge, Steve. So I hope that answers the question as well as I can.
It does. No, thank you. It's really interesting to see, and it's going to be fascinating to follow how that develops over time. But Ron, thanks very much. I know you're busy, but thank you for sparing us the time this afternoon for the update. Cheers.
Pleasure, Steve. Thank you.